So I'd like to start by just giving a brief description of my inspiration for this meditation. I post a lot of meditations on Insight Timer. I'm not sure if this is the first one you're hearing or if you've listened to some of my others, but I was having a lot of anxiety about not having something prepared to record and to share with you all. And I thought, since most of my meditations are based on really things that I've been through, things that have worked for me, that I would do a practice on this to share how I manage anxiety. And I think that's really a way that I like to express myself, is doing meditations that I've been through. And I think sometimes there can be a misconception that meditation teachers don't feel all of the things that we teach, but I promise you that we've all been through it, and that's really the place that I like to teach from. So with that, let's go ahead and begin our practice. So finding a comfortable seat, whether that's on a cushion or in a chair, and finding a comfortable but erect and clear posture. Allowing the hands to rest where they find themselves, gently. And let's lengthen through the sides of our body. Let's soften through our jaw, let's soften through our belly. Relax the shoulders. And let's move right into the focus on our breathing body. So noticing as the breath comes in through the nose, and following the breath back out. Feeling how the body rises, expands with each inhale, and how the body falls and contracts with each exhale. Giving yourself the permission to just take a few breaths here, even if that anxious thought or worry is really still on the forefront of your mind. Putting it on pause just for a moment, and using the simple tool of our breath to center in. Nothing else to do. And one more good conscious inhale. And exhale. So a good part to start with any emotion or unwanted experience that we go through is to notice where that experience manifests in our bodies. So if you can think about that anxious thought, or maybe it's just a common chronic anxiety that we can all feel about the future, things coming up. See if in the safe space of a meditation, you can notice where in your body that you feel this anxiety. It might be a tightness in your forehead. It might be the sides of your head. Maybe it's in your throat. See if you can find a place in the body that represents this anxiety, even if you can't feel a physical sensation. And noticing all of the energy of the anxiety wrapped up in this part of your body. And all we're going to do is to not do. We're going to see what it's like to feel and be with this part of our body without feeling like we need to change it. Without feeling like it's a problem to be solved. And seeing if we can use the rise and the fall of our breath to lean and relax into it. Giving ourselves the permission that it's okay to not do. It's okay to allow this experience to just take place in our lives. So take a few more moments to just breathe and be in this part of your body, letting all of any anxious thoughts, letting them be, easing any tension. Good job. Take a breath in and out. So often we forget the root of why we get anxious. And the root of it is actually something that we can be really compassionate towards and really loving towards. Because the root of our anxiety is what? Is just to keep us safe. Our anxious thoughts just want the best for us. They want us to not feel shameful or embarrassed about missing some sort of project or whatever it might be that we get anxious about. They just want us to be okay in the world. And that's something that we can appreciate. Almost like it's our parent figure that just wants to keep us safe, but doesn't always know the best way to. So let's see if you can bring the energy of your anxiety just outside of yourself. And you might see it as some sort of matter. So maybe it's a dark cloud. Maybe it's not that dark. Maybe it's just a discolored figuration that just is in front of you. Knowing that it's not actually a part of you, knowing that there's just thoughts that come up. And let's just make peace with this one or multiple anxious thoughts. So maybe it's a specific thing that you could bring outside of you, as if it's floating there in the air. And see if you can thank what it really wants to do. And that is to keep you safe, to not see you hurt. It really has good intentions. So with each breath, see if you can thank your anxiety or your thoughts for really what they're trying to do. Maybe repeating thank you, I appreciate you, I know you just want me to be safe and happy. And notice if just that appreciation starts to change the relationship that you have with the anxious thought. Being with it and showering it with love and caring for it like it really wants to care for you. It's always an answer to heal ourselves in many different ways. Now I'd like us to move this intention to tell this anxious thought or this energy that we have in front of us, maybe it's in a discolored cloud form. And now that we've thanked it and we've appreciated, we can allow it to dissipate, knowing that it's not part of us, that it just wants us to be safe. But we can tell them that we don't need them at this very moment. And it's okay to tell them this. So with maybe one more thank you, say that your place is no longer needed, whether it's a specific thought that you're working on or just a general anxiety that you have. And with each breath in, breathe in a healing and peaceful light. And with each breath out, see if you can send that healing towards this energy in front of you. And that just allow it to start dissipating and falling towards the ground. Not needing to be a part of you right now. Allowing your breath to release all of that energy down. And if you can still feel a little anxiety in your body, just imagine that like beads of sweat, that it was coming out and down and through and releasing off of your body with each breath. And if more anxious thoughts seem to pop in, because we have endless amounts of things that are trying to keep us safe to be anxious about, use this practice either right now to send them out from saying thank you, I don't need you. Or it might be a way to note later on in the day when the thought wants to come back. Maybe take a breath, say thank you, I know why you're here, and allow it to just be, and see if you can work through it, that it can move out of you and dissipate towards the ground. And after you feel you've worked through some of these, after you feel complete with releasing any blocked energy, any anxious thoughts, seeing if you can now come back into your body, come back into your seat. And when you feel ready, starting to slowly come back to your room by opening your eyes and taking another deep breath. Thank you for allowing me to guide you in this inspired practice. I hope to be able to do this again. And if this is one of your first meditations you've heard from me, maybe check out some of the other ones that I have on here as well. With much love, namaste.